Our world holds secrets that defy understanding. There remain corners shrouded in mystery, where nature's laws seem to bend. We invite you on a journey into the heart of the enigmatic, a voyage to the world's most mysterious places, where every shadow holds a question. From the deserts of Peru to the plains of England to the depths of the Atlantic. This is a quest to confront the inexplicable. Challenges to our perception of reality, each location a chapter in a grand book of secrets. Join us as we pull back the curtain on these enigmas, an exploration of the profound, the bizarre, and the utterly baffling. Our planet still possesses the power to astonish. The journey into the unknown begins now. Here in the vast Atlantic Ocean lies a region on no official map, yet etched into global consciousness. Bounded by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, it forms the Bermuda Triangle. This domain of unsettling mystery has earned a terrifying reputation. For over a century, ships and aircraft vanish without a trace, swallowed by an unseen force. No wreckage, no oil slicks, no life rafts, no bodies. Consider the USS Cyclops, vanished in 1918 with over 300 men aboard. She sailed into the Triangle and was never seen again. In 1945, Flight 19, 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off on a routine mission. Their leader reported malfunctioning compasses. They were lost, and the ocean looked wrong. Then, silence. A rescue plane also vanished. 6 aircraft and 27 men were consumed by the Triangle's enigma. In the face of such profound mysteries, the human mind struggles to find an explanation. Theories about the Bermuda Triangle are varied. Some look to the unique nature of the region itself. This area is where true north and magnetic north align, confusing navigational equipment. It is also prone to rogue waves and sudden violent storms. Others propose geological explanations like methane hydrates. A methane eruption would create a massive plume of aerated water, reducing its density. Could the triangle be the site of an electromagnetic anomaly? And then there is the sensational theory that we are not alone. The missing ships and planes are specimens, abducted by advanced beings. While dismissed by science, this theory endures. On Salisbury Plain, Stonehenge has stood for 5 millennia. A masterpiece of prehistoric engineering, its colossal stones, some weighing 40 tons, were transported over vast distances by a people who left no written records. Its purpose remains one of archaeology's most profound puzzles. Construction spanned 1,500 years, evolving through phases. Sarsen stones were dragged from Marlborough Downs, while bluestones came from the Preseli Hills of Wales, a journey of over 150 miles. The logistics are mind-boggling. The precision of the mortise and tenon joints is astonishing. Who were these builders, and what drove them to create this silent stone theater? The purpose of Stonehenge is a great mystery. The most accepted theory is that it was an astronomical observatory, a giant calendar aligned with the sun's movements. For ancient agricultural people, this was their sacred clock, marking crucial seasonal turning points. Recent discoveries reveal human remains, suggesting it was also a sacred burial ground. Stonehenge was likely multifunctional, a temple, cemetery, and center for ritual. Legends persist, weaving folklore around its mysteries, ensuring its place as an eternal enigma. Here, in the arid coastal plains of southern Peru lies a landscape etched with mystery. The Nazca Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, holds a secret that has baffled humanity for generations. From the ground, they appear as nothing more than shallow indentations, simple lines crisscrossing the barren pampa. But from the air, a breathtaking spectacle unfolds. Enormous figures sprawling across hundreds of square miles reveal themselves in stunning clarity. These are the Nazca Lines, a colossal art gallery created by a civilization that vanished over a millennium ago, leaving behind a silent, enduring enigma for us to ponder. The sheer scale of this ancient undertaking is almost impossible to comprehend. Spiders, monkeys, hummingbirds, and strange humanoid figures are depicted with astonishing precision, some stretching for hundreds of meters. To create these geoglyphs, the Nazca people meticulously removed the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles that cover the desert floor, exposing the lighter-colored earth beneath. The lines themselves are typically only 10 to 15 centimeters deep. It is a testament to the remarkably stable, windless, and dry climate of the region that these delicate etchings have survived, virtually untouched by the passage of 2,000 years, a fragile legacy preserved by the desert itself. Why would a culture invest such immense effort into creating art that could only be fully appreciated from a perspective they, presumably, could never attain? This is the central question that fuels endless speculation. Were these lines intended as a tribute, a monumental offering to powerful deities who watched from the heavens? Perhaps they were a form of celestial calendar, an astronomical map charting the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, crucial for an agricultural society dependent on predicting the seasons. Each line, each figure, could be a prayer, a plea for water in this unforgivingly dry land, a sacred pathway for religious ceremonies. The techniques used, while simple, required remarkable planning and an advanced understanding of geometry. To maintain the perfect proportions of these giant figures over such vast distances would have necessitated sophisticated surveying methods. Small-scale models may have been used, with the designs then meticulously scaled up using grids of wooden stakes and long stretches of rope. It represents a profound intellectual achievement, a fusion of art, mathematics, and faith. The Nazca people poured their identity into the very soil of their homeland, creating a message across time that we are still striving to fully decipher. The theories surrounding the purpose of the Nazca Lines are as varied and sprawling as the geoglyphs themselves. One compelling idea suggests they served as ceremonial pathways. Ancient Nazca priests and pilgrims may have walked along these sacred lines in ritual processions, perhaps mimicking the form of the animal or deity they were honoring. This act of walking the line would have been a deeply spiritual journey, a physical connection to the divine powers that governed their world. From the fertility of the land to the success of the hunt, the desert floor itself became a vast, open-air temple, its lines the corridors of faith. Another school of thought connects the lines directly to the most vital resource in this arid landscape: water. Hydrologist and researcher David Johnson has proposed that the geoglyphs act as a massive map, pointing to the location of underground water sources and subterranean aqueducts known as pukios. The figures of animals often associated with water, like spiders or birds, might have been symbolic markers for these life-giving reserves. In a world where a single drop of rain was a blessing, mapping and venerating the hidden sources of water would have been an act of paramount importance for the survival of the entire civilization. Of course, where profound mystery exists, more outlandish theories inevitably take flight. Eric von Daniken, in his famous book Chariots of the Gods, controversially proposed that the lines were, in fact, ancient alien runways. He argued that the long, straight lines were landing strips for extraterrestrial spacecraft, and the figures were signals to these celestial visitors. While this idea has been widely discredited by the scientific and archaeological communities, it captured the public imagination, adding a layer of science fiction intrigue to the already deep mystery and cementing the Nazca Lines as a cornerstone of ancient astronaut theories. Ultimately, the true purpose may be a tapestry woven from many threads. It is entirely possible that the lines served multiple functions simultaneously: part astronomical calendar, part ritualistic pathway, part hydrological map, and part spiritual offering. They are a reflection of a complex society's relationship with its environment and its cosmos. The Nazca people have long since vanished, and with them, the certain knowledge of their intentions. All that remains are these magnificent whispers on the wind, silent figures etched into the earth, challenging us to look deeper and wonder about the world they saw. Isolated in the Pacific Ocean lies Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island. Hundreds of colossal stone statues, moai, dot its landscape. These silent sentinels gaze inland, watching over the descendants of those who carved them. Carved from volcanic tuff, the moai average 13 feet in height and weigh around 14 tons. How did this isolated society manage to move these stone giants? The statues were carved at Rano Raraku. This hints at a sudden societal collapse. The purpose of the moai is believed to be rooted in ancestor worship, representing powerful chiefs. Each statue was a guardian watching over its village. The story of Rapa Nui is not just one of incredible achievement, but also a profound cautionary tale. When the first Polynesian settlers arrived, likely around 800 AD, they found an island paradise covered in lush palm forests, a haven for countless seabirds. For centuries, their civilization flourished, developing the complex social structure needed to embark on their ambitious moai building projects. But this very ambition, this competitive drive between clans to erect ever larger and more numerous statues, set them on a path to ecological ruin. The island's resources, once thought to be limitless, began to dwindle under the immense pressure. The vast palm forests were systematically cleared. The timber was essential for transporting the giant moai, likely used as rollers, levers, and sleds, and for constructing canoes needed for fishing. It was also used for fuel and for clearing land for agriculture to feed the growing population. As the trees vanished, the consequences were catastrophic. Without the protective forest canopy, the thin volcanic soil eroded, washing into the sea. Crop yields plummeted, and the islanders could no longer build the ocean-going canoes that had once allowed them to hunt for porpoises and deep-sea fish, a vital source of protein. With dwindling resources came societal breakdown. The prosperity and stability that had fueled the age of the Moai gave way to starvation, warfare, and chaos. Archaeological evidence points to a period of intense conflict, with clans turning on one another. The very statues that had been objects of veneration became targets of rage and symbols of a failed promise. During this dark period known as the Huri Moai, rival groups began to topple each other's statues, breaking the sacred link to their ancestors. The island paradise had become a barren wasteland, its people trapped by their own actions. By the time the first European explorers arrived in 1722, the vibrant civilization was a shadow of its former self. The population had crashed, and the people they encountered were living in poverty and fear. The great mystery of Easter Island, then, is twofold. It is not just about how the Moai were built and moved, but why the society that created them collapsed so completely. Rapa Nui stands as a stark and powerful lesson for all of humanity, a microcosm of a planet with finite resources, a reminder that even the most ingenious civilizations are not immune to the consequences of environmental overexploitation. Deep in the Nevada desert lies Area 51, a place that for decades officially did not exist. Protected by warning signs, armed guards, and restricted airspace, the United States Air Force facility is shrouded in secrecy, fueling speculation and conspiracy theories. Born from Cold War rivalries, the CIA needed a secluded spot to develop the U-2 spy plane. Groom Lake offered unparalleled privacy for testing revolutionary aircraft. These advanced technologies were often mistaken for UFOs. The intense security, motion sensors, and armed guards maintained the base's mystique, making Area 51 a world-renowned symbol of secrets. The legend of Area 51 was ignited by Bob Lazar. In 1989, Lazar claimed he worked at a secret facility, S4. His job was to reverse engineer captured extraterrestrial spacecraft powered by Element 115. Lazar's story transformed Area 51 into the epicenter of modern ufology. He spoke of government cover-ups and alien autopsies, tapping into a deep-seated distrust of government. The enduring conspiracy is that Area 51 houses wreckage from the Roswell crash. Some believe technological advancements are a result of reverse engineering captured alien craft. Area 51 is a place of modern myth, a symbol of the ultimate government secret. Upon the arid plains of the Giza Plateau stand the last surviving wonders of the ancient world, the Great Pyramids of Giza. They are more than mere tombs, they are monuments to eternity, built with a precision that continues to baffle. The sheer scale of the endeavor is almost beyond comprehension. The largest, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, was for nearly 4,000 years the tallest man-made structure on Earth. The pyramids guard their secrets as fiercely as they guarded the pharaohs they were built to protect. These were not just monuments of stone, but monuments of human organization and unwavering belief. Could these structures have served other, more esoteric purposes? The questions linger in the air, inviting us to look deeper into the shadows of the past. For centuries, explorers have ventured into the dark passageways, seeking to unlock the secrets held within. The King's Chamber's sarcophagus was found empty, its contents vanished. Was it tomb robbers, or was the tomb never occupied? Modern scanning reveals previously unknown voids, suggesting that entire sections remain unexplored. What treasures might they contain? The pyramids are dynamic puzzles that continue to evolve. The Great Pyramids of Giza stand as a reminder of human ingenuity. As the sun sets, the pyramids seem to draw the veil of night around themselves, keeping their ancient secrets safe. In Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert, a colossal crater burns ceaselessly. Known as the Door to Hell, or the Darvaza gas crater, it's a monument to an industrial accident. In 1971, Soviet geologists drilling for gas accidentally created the crater. To prevent poisonous gas spread, they ignited it, expecting it to burn out quickly. But the fire never stopped. Today it's a terrifying tourist attraction, a portal to a subterranean world of perpetual fire. The environment surrounding the Darvaza crater is one of the most extreme on the planet. The intense heat radiating from the pit creates a microclimate where temperatures at the edge can be unbearable, even in the cool of the night. The air is thick with the smell of burning sulfur, and the constant roar of the flames is a deafening, ever-present reminder of the volatile forces at play just below the surface. It is a landscape that seems utterly hostile to life, a scorched and barren patch of earth where nothing could possibly survive. And yet, even here, life finds a way. In a remarkable display of resilience, scientists have ventured into this seemingly inhospitable environment, even descending into the crater itself, protected by specialized heat-resistant suits. Their goal was to see if any form of life could exist in such extreme conditions. To their astonishment, they discovered that the hot, methane-rich soil at the bottom of the crater was teeming with extremophilic bacteria. These are organisms that thrive in conditions that would be instantly lethal to almost any other living thing on Earth, proving that life's tenacity can overcome even the most hellish of circumstances. These discoveries have profound implications, not just for our understanding of life on our own planet, but for the search for life elsewhere in the cosmos. If life can take hold in a burning methane pit in the middle of a desert, it raises the possibility that it could also exist on other planets and moons with equally harsh methane-rich atmospheres, like Titan. The door to hell, a symbol of industrial error, has inadvertently become a unique natural laboratory, offering clues about the very origins of life and its ability to adapt and survive against all odds. Despite multiple attempts and official decrees by the Turkmen government to extinguish the flames and seal the crater, the fire continues to burn. The challenge is immense, the cost prohibitive, and the outcome uncertain. And so, for now, the door to hell remains open, a fiery beacon in the desert. It is a stark and powerful symbol of both human fallibility and the planet's immense, untamable power. It serves as a constant, burning reminder that some forces once unleashed are not so easily contained, and that the consequences of our actions can sometimes smolder for a lifetime. Deep in Minnesota's Judge C.R. Magny State Park lies a geological mystery. The Brule River splits, half thundering downstream. The other half vanishes into the Devils Kettle. Objects tossed in never reappear. Theories abound, from underground rivers to geological faults. Hydrologists have studied the kettle extensively, yet the river's vanishing act remains an enigma. The enduring mystery of the Devil's Kettle seemed destined to remain one of nature's great unsolved puzzles. The lack of any evidence for an outlet led to increasingly wild speculation, cementing the waterfall's legendary status. However, in recent years, a far simpler and more elegant explanation has begun to gain traction, one that challenges the very premise of the mystery itself. Hydrologists began to question the core assumption that the water was truly disappearing. What if, they asked, the water was rejoining the main river almost immediately, just a short distance downstream from the waterfall itself? This theory suggests that the water plunging into the kettle flows through a short, submerged passage beneath the rock shelf that separates the two cascades, and re-emerges unseen beneath the turbulent waters at the base of the main waterfall. The reason objects never reappeared is likely due to the incredible power of the water within this underwater channel. The immense hydraulic forces would be strong enough to pulverize and disintegrate almost anything thrown into it, grinding logs to pulp and shattering trackers against the rock walls long before they could resurface. To test this hypothesis, scientists from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources conducted a clever experiment. Instead of throwing objects in, they measured the volume of water flowing in the river both above the falls and several hundred feet below them. Their instruments were precise. Above the falls, they measured a flow rate of 123 cubic feet per second. Downstream, well below the kettle, they measured an identical flow rate, 123 cubic feet per second. The conclusion was inescapable. No water was being lost. The river that went in was the same river that came out. While this scientific explanation provides a logical solution, it has done little to diminish the allure and mystique of the Devil's Kettle. The visual evidence is so compelling, so dramatic, that it is hard for the mind to accept such a simple answer. We see the water disappear with our own eyes, and the legend feels more real than the scientific data. The kettle remains a powerful testament to how nature can create illusions that deceive our senses and ignite our imagination, crafting a mystery where, in truth, there may be none. It reminds us that sometimes the most baffling puzzles have answers hiding in plain sight, just beneath the surface. Beneath Paris lies a silent world, an empire of the dead, the Catacombs, a labyrinth holding over 6 million remains. Born of necessity in the 18th century, when overflowing cemeteries threatened public health, bones were moved to ancient limestone quarries beneath the city. For years, horse-drawn carts transported remains under the cover of darkness. This became their permanent resting place. In the 19th century, Louis-Étienne Héricard de Thury transformed the catacombs. He created a monument of macabre beauty. Bones were arranged into patterns, punctuated by skulls and inscriptions. Descending into this silent city, the scale is overwhelming. The tunnels twist, creating a maze. Much of it is off-limits, alluring to urban explorers. These adventurers seek solitude and a connection to hidden Parisian history. But the darkness holds legends like Philibert Aspert, lost in 1793. His tomb warns those who stray from the path. Visitors report whispers and unseen touches. Some feel watched by the countless skulls. Are these tricks of the mind or echoes of 6 million souls? A found video camera shows a man's descent into panic. He flees, dropping the camera. He remains unidentified, a haunting digital ghost. In West Pomerania, Poland, near Grafino, stands a forest unlike any other. Here, a grove of 400 pine trees defies nature. Each tree bends sharply northward, its trunk running parallel to the ground before curving back towards the sky. Planted around 1930, the uniformity of the bend is baffling. The trunks sweep low in a J shape, all pointing the same direction. The surrounding forest is filled with straight trees, making this abnormality stand out. What compelled these trees to grow unnaturally? The most compelling theory suggests they were shaped by human hands for a purpose lost to time. The human intervention theory suggests farmers manipulated these trees. The curved wood, known as compass wood, would have been valuable for furniture or boat hulls. By shaping the trees, craftsmen could create strong, curved pieces. The forest was a living factory, a long-term investment. But the Second World War halted this enterprise. Today the forest stands as a silent monument to a lost purpose, a relic of interrupted history. Our journey across the globe has taken us from the depths of the ocean to the heart of ancient deserts, from subterranean cities of the dead to forests that defy logic. We have stood before the impossible geometry of the pyramids, stared into the fiery abyss of a burning crater, and pondered the silent vigil of the Moai. Each location, a chapter in the Earth's great book of mysteries, reminds us that our world is far more complex and wondrous than we can possibly imagine. The line between the known and the unknown is not a wall, but a horizon that recedes as we advance. These places challenge our understanding of history, of nature, and of our own place within the cosmos. They are a testament to human ingenuity, the enduring power of belief, and the formidable forces of the natural world. From the vanishing waters of the Devil's Kettle to the cryptic lines of Nazca, these enigmas persist, inviting us to question, to explore, and to dream. They prove that for every answer we uncover, a dozen new questions arise, ensuring that the spirit of discovery will never be extinguished. The mysteries we have explored are but a handful of the countless enigmas scattered across our planet. Perhaps there is a place near you, a local legend, a strange ruin, or an unexplained phenomenon that sparks the same sense of wonder. The world is a vast museum of the unexplained, and we encourage you to share your own favorite mysterious places in the comments below. What stories and secrets does your corner of the earth hold? Let us continue the exploration together. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary adventure into the world's most mysterious places. The quest for knowledge is a journey without a final destination, and there are always more stories to tell, more secrets to uncover. If you wish to continue exploring the unexplained and embark on more mind-blowing journeys, be sure to subscribe to the channel and join our community of fellow adventurers. Until next time, keep looking, keep questioning, and never lose your sense of wonder.